Music and me. Music and me.
Hello, I'd like to welcome you once more to yet another music lesson with Mr. T. In this lesson, we are going to be learning about keys and tonic solfas on the soprano recorder. Like every other musical instrument, the soprano recorder has solfa notes that we should learn. But before we go into that, first let's go over our classroom rules. In our class, we have a few rules that keep us safe and on track to have fun together. And so, here are the rules for this lesson. Number one, give me your best efforts. Give 100% to everything that you do in this lesson. Rule number two, bring your best attitude. Encourage one another to keep trying. Making jest of others when they make mistakes isn't a good attitude. And rule number three, be ready to learn. Be ready to listen fully and participate in our class activities on the soprano recorder. Alright, that said, let's get started. Solfa notes are actually a system of musical notation that uses syllables to represent musical pitches and notes. Okay? And solfa notes are just what you need to be able to play music. The most common solfa system uses the syllables do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, and ti to represent the seven basic pitches of a diatonic scale. Okay, so we are going to learn in this lesson how to play these notes using our musical recorder. Okay, now let's start. First, like any musical instrument, the soprano recorder has solfa notes that we use in making melodious tunes. These notes for the soprano recorder starts on key C, and C major is what we call the key, but the tonic solfa is do, and the finger recording is that you have to close all the holes. To play the do, you have to close all the holes. Okay, then the D major is the re, and for playing that, you have to cover the top hole with your thumb and all other holes closed except the last hole on the foot joint, which means you have to cover the thumb hole and cover every other hole except the last hole on the foot joint. And thirdly, we have E major, which is mi. And to play that, you have to cover the thumb hole, first three holes with the fingers of your left hand, and the fourth hole with the index finger of your right hand. Just take a look at the picture for better understanding. Now, F major, that is fa. The, to play this, you have to cover the top three holes, the thumb hole, and the index finger of the right hand. You can see that is how we play the F major scale. Okay, now what about G? The G major is called so. To play that, you have to cover the top four holes with your thumb hole covered also. You have to cover with your thumb, index, middle, and the ring finger. Just take a look at that picture and cover your recorder just like that and blow. All right, moving on, we have A major. That is the note La. To play, you just have to cover just the first two holes on the recorder, as shown in the picture. All right, cover the first two holes of the recorder and sound it gently. Okay, now we have the last note there, which is T, that's B major. Just cover the first and third holes with your index and middle fingers. The thumb hole should also be covered. All right, now that is it about the solfa notes on the recorder. Okay, before I go, I would like to tell you this, that the basic keys on the soprano recorder and their corresponding tonic solfa notes along with the fingerings. You can use this as a reference when playing different songs in various keys of the soprano recorder. I'm going to run my scale now from my lower C to the higher C, And I want you to listen attentively and try to produce same sound that you hear. Yes, that's it. I want you to continue practicing before our next class. In our next class, we'll be working on some fingering exercises on our soprano recorder. Make sure you don't miss it. All right? Till I come your way again, it's Mr. T saying, keep enjoying the music.
They can't separate my music from me.